Alright, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So tonight we're talking about something, well, this morning for you guys, because this is going live at 9:30 a.m. We're talking about something that I see so commonly misinformed on the internet, that I see it on forums, I see people talking about it in person, I see people talking about it at dealerships, literally all over the place. And that's right, we're talking about the Magnuson Warranty Act. Now, because I see this cited so incorrectly all of the time, I thought it deserved a dedicated video, and this is going to be targeted mainly at vehicles or modified cars in general. Now, if you guys don't know what the Magnuson Warranty Act is, it's essentially an act that was passed in 1975 by Congress that protects consumers against manufacturers when it comes to warranties. Now, warranties are not legally obliged to be given out on products. Now, this act covers all products and not just vehicles itself, but like I was saying, manufacturers are not required to give a warranty, but if they do decide to give a warranty, they need to follow strict guidance and strict guidelines put in by the Federal Trade Commission, which, if you guys hear me abbreviate it as FTC, it's Federal Trade Commission. Now, when manufacturers or vendors want to offer a warranty, there are essentially three basic guidelines that they need to follow. So warranties must designate whether it's a full or a limited warranty, and then have their own designated guidelines within each. And I'm going to link below everything that I researched and studied, because I spent the last 2 days researching this legal act to see what I could ponder up about it. So I'll link everything down below if you guys want additional resources. Second, the manufacturer has to outline detailed information about the warranty, and the warranty must be in a single, clear, and readily available spot for people of the public to be able to access. And then lastly, manufacturers need to make sure that the warranty is readily available to people before they purchase the product, so that way they can have full knowledge of what they're buying and what the warranty implies with whatever product it is they're buying. Whenever it comes to cars, like for example Subaru, they give you a full printout on what the actual limited or full warranty covers, what it implies, and what you as a consumer have to do to keep it in, I guess, good standing. Now, here's where things start to get a little dicey, especially with modified cars. Now, we'll use my side business as an example. So let's say that you are a customer of mine and you brought a set of headlights for me to modify. We'll use these GR WRX headlights as an example. Now, if I open them up and I modify them to whatever specifications you request, I offer a warranty on the headlights that I do modify, but it is clearly outlined that if you tamper with anything within the headlight, if you change any of the wiring, if you do anything that is outside of the bounds of what I did to this headlight, I do not have to fulfill the warranty claim. That's because you're buying a product from me as is. If this headlight as is fails, I will warranty it. But if you go in there, let's say you open that headlight up, you make your own modifications to it, you change the wiring to it or anything like that, your warranty claim may be voided by me, because I sold you a product in this condition and you went and altered it. Now, as a vendor or a manufacturer as myself, I have to prove that whatever it is that you did to the headlight caused it to fail in general. But we're going to get a little more into this here shortly. Now, when it comes to the Magnuson Warranty Act, when it comes to vehicles, the act was initially kind of created to allow third-party manufacturers or vendors to make OEM replacement parts. So that way you're not on the hook if you for some reason wanted to fix a failure and not go through warranty. That way you could buy any third-party parts. That way you're not buying an OEM Subaru alternator. You could buy Aldeco or some other third-party manufacturer. Now, as long as the alternator is up to OEM spec, you should be totally fine. And what this did is it broke apart the monopolies, so that way Subaru can't charge you upwards of $1,000 for an alternator if they actually wanted to, which I'm sure they probably still charge people for an alternator. Now, this can also go outside the range of just replacement parts. Let's say you wanted to go get your oil changed somewhere. You can 100% get your oil changed anywhere else aside from the dealership. They cannot void your warranty claim if you get your oil changed somewhere else. Your car is 100% factory and you take it back to the dealership if a failure happened. Now, there are specific guidelines that you still do need to follow if you do decide to go this route. You're going to have to keep your receipts from all serviced maintenance from certified mechanics, showing that a certified mechanic worked on the car, they did this work at this mileage, and this is what they used. Now, yes, you are allowed to go out to these third-party manufacturers and vendors to have this done, but they can also put a clause essentially in the Warranty Act that states that you have to meet specific guidelines for whatever aftermarket or third-party parts that you're using. Now, you can't go out and say that your car requires 5W30, you go to a Jiffy Lube and they put in 0W10 in your car and your car fails, then by that means you're not meeting OEM specifications specifications for what you're supposed to be doing in the car. Now, while the dealer can't force you to go to their dealership for all maintenance or fluid changes or things of that nature, they're kind of just tying you to make sure that you're using OEM spec parts and quality when it comes to things. That's why you got to save your receipts. That's why you got to go to certified mechanics. Don't go to your buddy Josh's house behind his garage and have him change your oil and write you a fake receipt when he's not a certified mechanic, because that can cause issues later down the road. Now, here's something that I learned that I've been wrong on for months now, is essentially no manufacturer will void your warranty, but what they will do is deny your warranty claims. And the burden of proof for if something is denied in a warranty claim falls on you as the consumer, and this is where things can get a little hairy. Now, a lot of people out there might believe that the dealer or the manufacturer has to prove whatever part you put on the car led to the failure of whatever might be failing. So we'll use my STI as an example. We'll say that the car is 100% bone stock. We'll say that I put an access port on the car and I flash an aftermarket tune onto the car and the engine blows up. Now, what some people might tell you to do is go ahead and unmarry that access port, pull it off the car, and the dealership's never gonna know. That's where you're wrong to be one, especially with a lot of newer cars nowadays. They have ECU flash counts. So yes, you can try to reset your battery as many times as you want, but that's not going to do anything. There is a flash counter inside of there of how many times the ECU has been reflashed, and dealers can access this if they need to, especially like higher end like Subaru of America, Audi of America, Volkswagen of America, all of the top corporations for these brands. Now, if you really wanted to just try to prove a point to these manufacturers or vendors, what you could do is, yes, you can take them to court, but keep in mind, if you have a blown up engine and you decide to try to take them to court and fight what their decision is, if they do deny it, then you're going to be looking at anywhere at minimum like 8 to 24 months before you can even get in front of a court, and that's not even saying that you're going to win the court case against these people. So I mean, keep in mind that if you do decide to like pursue it in court, your car is still going to be down, it's still going to be broken, and you're still going to be on the hook to fix it unless a jury decides otherwise, which that's where things can get a little bit hairy, because then if you look at the court system, jurors are randomly selected people in our community. Not a lot of them know about auto mechanics or ECU flashes or all of these like extensive motor parts when it comes to modifying a car. So when you get put up in front of a jury and you have a representative of Subaru of America, Volkswagen of America, or whoever their like specialized product person is fighting you in court, you may not win that. So do keep in mind that even if you try to pursue this in court, you probably won't win the case. But if you do, hey, good for you though, they'll pay your legal fees and you might get your new motor. Now, here's something else I do want to bring up, because some of you guys may not know this, or some of you may, and it's just a friendly reminder. You can have warranty claims denied because you took your car out to the track or you've been noted racing in the vehicle, because they can legally put a clause in their warranty saying that if you mistreat the car, if you abuse the car, if you take it racing, they can void your warranty claims, or they can deny your warranty claims for that, because that was not the intended car's use. The intended car's use was to be used as a street car driven from point A to point B, not for you to go take out to the track and really beat on the car. So do keep that in mind, that they can deny your warranty claims if they somehow get proof of you taking the car out to the track or anything of the nature. I'm not saying it happens all the time, but I have seen it before where some tracks have taken down license plate numbers, and I have heard of some dealerships calling around to local tracks to see if they ever recorded this license plate number, to see if that person ever took their car to the track or not. It's kind of a shitty thing to do, but I mean, I totally understand it from a business aspect, because they're losing money out of their pockets if you are mistreating the car and abusing it a little bit. Now, there's a couple more things I want to touch on before ending this video. Now, some aftermarket companies might tell you that no tune is required, or this part might be warranty safe. Keep in mind that these companies are trying to sell you parts. They're trying to make profit. They're trying to make revenue. If someone's selling an aftermarket intake and you throw it on your car and they have noted in their product description that this will not void warranty, it will not cause any type of warranty denial, keep in mind that they're not on the hook for the repair costs for your engine if anything goes wrong. They're trying to make money, they're trying to sell you parts, and it sometimes can be a marketing gimmick, which is kind of a shitty thing to do, but unfortunately they do it out there. So do keep an eye out for that, and do keep that in mind, that if you buy an aftermarket intake from X, Y, or Z company and they say that, they're not on the hook to replace your engine if it blows up. Now, do keep in mind, I do want to end on this, is manufacturers are only really going to warranty manufacturing defects of the car. So if you have if you have an issue with your car and it's a manufacturing defect, 100% they're going to cover it. But if that defect continues, then they are legally required to either give you a full refund for the product or replace the product at their cost. But you guys keep in mind that the Magnuson Moss Warranty Act isn't your go-to warranty act. If you decide to like full out bolt on your car, you run E85, a bigger turbo, it blows up, you try to revert it back to stock and you bring it back to the dealership, they're going to find out. These like companies of America have very good representatives whenever it comes to their investigations team to make sure that they're not getting scammed on warranty fraud. You'd be surprised at how often it happens. They're very good at their jobs. Do keep in mind though that some dealerships are pretty friendly and open when it comes to some modifications. If you guys do have any questions about any modifications that you want to do to your vehicle and you are within that warranty period, contact your dealership. I do highly suggest doing it via email so that way you have a paper trail of like, hey, I want to add an air oil separator to my car. Will this void my warranty? If not, maybe they just require you to bring the car to them, they install it for you, and you get it on your car and you're on your merry way. But keep in mind, this act isn't to protect you if you want to just full out race car your car, it blows up, you bring it back to the dealership and expect a brand new motor. They're gonna warranty the car of how it left the factory and not how you modified it. But that's really all I got for you guys on this one. I did want to clarify that up a little bit, so I do hope this helps. And shameless plug, if you guys do want to snag any merch to help support the channel or the engine swap in the STI, go ahead and snag yourself a Drive hoodie. We got a lot of merch up on the website. I will link it down below. But if you guys like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button and turn it blue like the chassis on the Subaru. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit your boy up one of these corners. No idea which one I'll put it in quite yet. But with that though, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies.